It is so important that we all understand that it's not only that men can be feminists, it's that men should be feminists as well. And I am proud of that. I'm going to keep saying loud and clearly that I am a feminist. Now, many of you know I am a feminist and proud to call myself one.
This Prime Minister purports to be a feminist. Yet when a strong, confident woman dares to question his arrogance and unilaterally changing the fundamentals of Canadian democracy, he tries to stare her down and yell at her, Mr. Speaker. So will this so-called feminist stand up and apologize to my colleagues, or will he once again make a woman do his dirty work for him? The Prime Minister conspired to stop the criminal trial of a company charged with bribery, and this is what the bribery looked like. $30,000 worth of Canadian prostitutes given to Muammar Gaddafi's son. This is the so-called victimless crime that our woke, feminist Prime Minister is moving mountains to cover up. When did the Prime Minister learn that SNC-Lavalin paid for prostitutes for Muammar Gaddafi's son?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, every step of the way, we will stand up for Canadian workers. We will stand up for good jobs right across this country. We will do so in a way that is consistent with our values, with our expectations, and with the rule of law. That is the matter that we will stay focused on in this.
We need to find out, because what is accused here, and keep in mind, for those who are watching, the former Attorney General stood her ground after all of this, and then what? She was fired. Prime Minister fired her. The Prime Minister, oh, Mr. Feminist, oh, he's such a feminist. He's standing up for women. The clerk of the Privy Council stood in our Justice Committee last week and said, basically, well, I think she experienced things differently. When she was trying to determine whether or not, or explain whether or not this was quote-unquote inappropriate pressure that could be criminal. Where did we hear that before? Prime Minister had a groping allegation. He used the exact same words. She should have experienced it differently. Come on, this isn't he said, she said, as Maclean's magazine said. This is he said. He's a fake feminist. This Prime Minister is somebody who wraps feminism around him like a warm, fuzzy cloak to get votes, and then when the rubber hits the road, when lobbyists come upon him, she experienced it differently. She should have done something else. That is garbage and disgusting, and he needs to be held in front of that committee to be accountable for that, because you don't get to stand up and say you're a feminist and then do that to a woman. You just don't. He's also kept her silent. He's kept her on a muzzle and a leash while he goes out and spins this story, and that's disgusting. That's wrong. He needs to be held to account for that. The leader of our country stands up, fake feminist, standing for jobs with a company that's it's accused of bribing Libyans. Come on. We've got to get our act together, and it starts with the Prime Minister.
Hear, hear.